bright side, on the bright side, you'll be able to produce your own wine. The previous owner was
Hello there.
Alright, hey, hi, hello, how's it going guys? My name is ZetaRayZod and welcome back to more Suzerain. Before I begin, be sure to like, subscribe, and get that bell on so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. So last we left off, let me think. I think we did the budgeting, right? So I maintained the budget for health and military, and I increased the budget for education and law enforcement. Now, the reason why those was because education was because I promised education would be increased, and law enforcement is because actually Nia mentioned something about anti-corruption police, and I actually kind of agree with her that you know, if we root out corruption, it could actually help the economy and the country in a lot of ways. Because what's the point in hiring more people if they're just gonna get corrupt anyway, right? So I kind of hope that the anti-corruption police would help down the line. I'm not sure how, but yeah. So I also decreased the taxes for small medium businesses, and I increased the taxes for large corporations, and I signed the Comprehensive Workers' Rights Act. Now the reason why I brought these two up was because I feel like the oligarchs are not gonna like this. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the oligarchs. They're either gonna leave, they're either gonna take their businesses somewhere else, which I think is what large corporations would normally do when they have a lot of taxes. Very cheesy, but yeah, it's either that or they will take over somehow or other. I'm not sure how, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, I decided to privatize education, and if you recall from my budget, I actually had -3 and -4. And because I privatized education, I actually got an increase in my budget. So I actually didn't know how I was going to increase my government budget in the first place, but it's good to know that it's because of privatization that my budget went up. So I'm kind of not too concerned about what happens, because at -3 I was kind of a bit worried, like what changes I can do, because I felt like that was pretty low. So if new bills came up and I don't have the budget for it, and then I'm screwed, right? So it's a good thing I can privatize education. Hopefully I can privatize health when that problem comes up. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. What am I doing? Shit, Gloria Tory. Okay. I have to convince her. So at a meeting, Gloria Tory, one of the leading figures, key in reaching 150 signatures to propose a new constitution. Yeah, she's kind of like the big boss of conservative and moderate wings. Okay. Currently active. Gloria's office was the first one inside. Good morning, Mrs. Tory. Hello, Gloria. Yeah, let's be chill, you know. Good to see you here, Mr. Rain. Neatly organized office. There were small figurines, photos, and plants around the place, and a homely feel contrary to what my room felt like back in the day. On her gesture, I took a seat. The chair was very uncomfortable. It's like a psychological trick. Love what you did with the office. She smiled. A woman's touch, they call it. Like men cannot have a sense of tidiness or common sense. Which might actually be true. Well, I mean... Anyway, let's keep this simple, Mr. Rain. We know why we're here. You want me to give you my support. I don't see why the backbone of this party would support your rush reforms against our party's founders as well as the states. The reforms are not against everyone. It's all in the name of democracy. Yeah, let's try to be calm about this. In the name of democracy, even though you owe everything to President Sol, I think you never liked him, nor the party he has built. Shit. Nothing personal about this story. I'll never betray our party. Whatever you intend to do, you'll be facing quite the opposition, Mr. Rain. That's all I can say. I'm sure we can make a deal. That sounds kind of... These two... Well-placed investments. These two sounds kind of corrupt. I'm gonna go with this one. These reforms of necessity. Let me explain how. Let's see. USP is a party that knows how to react in changing times. Then why don't you let the party decide that? I seriously did not know the Conservatives would be willing to support you at all, especially when trying to decrease the electoral threshold. Probably in the hopes to bring the communists into the assembly, you must have a deal with either of them or the PFJP. Do I have a deal with PFJP? I don't think so, right? Decrease is important to democratize our nation and elections. I have no deal with anyone. I don't know how you ask. Can you be justified inside USP? I do not support an electoral threshold of 8%. This sets a dangerous situation for us as both the WPP and the CPS. Oh, Workers' Party and the Communists. Okay. I'd rather have the threshold unchanged. What about other options? Is there another option? Does that ensure your support? Same goes for me. Okay. I don't know if I can promise anything before I see an action, especially if all these issues you're creating for the party. What about the other issues then? You should at least remove the changes to the Member of Honor law so there'll be no further discussion. Can't just target Seoul, our founder, and expect our support. At this point is not removed. Expect to grant opposition instead. This is not about him? Oh, I'm completely convinced. So you're not removing the clause from proposal after all? Oh dear. Okay. So, do I want to remove the changes to the Member of Honors law or remove the change to the threshold instead? I feel like the more democratic thing to do would be to maintain the threshold. I mean, if President Seoul gets away, whatever, it's just honestly, I feel like that's the more democratic thing to do. Is to let him go and to ensure other people get a voice in the election. So I'll just remove this. Remove the changes. There. Great. Now we can start talking for real. I must say that I like the changes regarding the appointment of ministers. That's one positive aspect. But moving on. You know what? I believe I can give you my support. Only if you cancel that last minute change you're planning to make up of the opening speech at Benfi. What? Gloria! Mayor Lest is a very good friend of mine and he has a considerable influence over a conservative wing. We wouldn't want to upset him now, do we? Piece of story, please. I need you to help me here. He's not the only person to be upset, Mr. President. You know it. If you want the conservative support, you cannot let the First Lady take the spotlight on this. Frank, why do you care? I can't. This is such a difficult thing to think about. I don't know. Because if I don't, then I don't get the numbers. But if I do, then I don't know about what my wife would think. Limited women's rights. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to let Les speak because I do need her votes, and I think the wife will be pissed, but at the same time maybe there's a possibility that down the line I can help her in a different way, maybe with an act or something, right? Because we are kind of working on the women's rights already, in the sense that our education minister is kind of very gender equal. So I'm just gonna I'll let her speak. Did you ever forget, Mr. President? Conservatives be expecting a lot from you. Expecting a lot from the conservatives as well. Now it's settled, we can move on. I can get you signatures needed for the proposal. I'll talk to the conservatives. I hope there won't be any surprises though, Mr. President. What surprises? We have to calculate every possibility. After all, I do not see eye to eye with other policies, especially the continuation of Alfonso's free market reforms. You've seen the recession. It's proven that this experiment doesn't work. But anyway, I'm positive that I can get you signatures, but I can't vouch for you, all the conservatives of the party, to vote for the constitutional changes. But that still depends on your policies, Mr. President. I have no problem with the proposal. You have my word that I'll help you get this out. Which policies make you concerned? complete against your privatization efforts regarding our educational institutions. The state must be responsible for educating its citizens. Your reform will also result in corrupting our education and bring foreign influence. But anyway, that's another topic. What we expect from you is not to pursue further privatization. If healthcare, the SSC, is privatized, I doubt if I can help you. Are you shitting me? I can't promise anything. Yeah. Rather not see it happen. I already told you that I'll give you signatures for the proposal. But if the administration ignores the conservatives, we will not follow through the vote. You can be sure of that. Anyhow, you heard me. It was nice meeting you, Mr. President, and I hope you hold your promises. Goodbye, Mrs. Tory. Thank you. Then I effed up then. What if I knew this would happen? I should not have privatized education, and I should privatize healthcare instead, because I did not increase the budget for that. Stupid piece of shit. Why you conservatives gotta be so God damn it. Could I have done this without the conservatives? They don't tell me. Yeah, they don't tell me. God damn it. Speaker. How many votes does she have? We have 130. I don't freaking know. God dang it. Okay, let's see Albin. Do I have to bend to him too? Okay, we should knock to the door. Mr. President, welcome! Whole room surrounded by bookshelves packed with files and papers. Small office with books and dossiers lying around on every corner. It felt claustrophobic. How is everything going, Mr. Clavin? I don't see a bomb dropped in his office. It's been busy. The party's been working hard, Mr. President. Thank you for asking. How's it going with you in the palace? It's pretty tough. Can't imagine the work you're dealing with up there. I want to express my gratitude for passing the Workers' Right Act. It's one of the most comprehensive and successful political efforts. It's the right thing to do because our workers were suffering for decades. Indeed, the people will credit your administration and the party for positive change in their lives. The businesses will share the burden of the state, but it is a change that they have to abide by. Smile and knocked on wood. Anyway, sir, let's talk about the proposal. Thanks for coming here for my input, because there are some subjects where Gloria and I don't see eye to eye. I have to say that most of the progressives were already starting to warm up to you. Your attempt at changing the constitution created quite a bit of excitement. One could dare say an excitement that hasn't been felt since the 30s. I've read the proposal that was finalized today together with Mrs. Tory, and surprisingly, it came out pretty good. Look, Mr. President, I'm on the same side as you. I won't create any problems. Oh. Okay. Any help from me is much appreciated. Looking good. I'll support the proposal and get the needed signatures from our wing. Oh! Hold on. With your reformist votes that I have will be very important to you. Who knows? Maybe you consider me for a job in the government in the future. I'll find out what this dude's problem is. Controversial speeches. Not much, but I'll consider you if you prove useful. No, I don't want. Oh, expecting your votes, Mr. Clavin? Okay, of course. I'll talk to my guy shortly. I'll have the signature soon. Don't botch it. Thank you, Mr. Clavin. See you in the conference, Mr. President. That was easy. I guess because he's a reformist, he's kind of like more of the reformist side. So my policies are kind of reformist. So I guess he'll be on board. But okay, that's a welcome. That's a kind of a welcome because. Gloria really pissed me off. Took all the present members. Gloria, okay. And everybody started clapping. Brothers and sisters now. Dear members of the Assembly. Came here today to announce the agenda for the future of our country. No. The people of Swortland has spoken. They blame our institutions and our systems and want change. Can you blame the people? Haven't we had enough of the flaws of our constitution? You must listen to their wishes and get their trust in Swortland back. I paused to start clapping and continued. talk about democracy. Yeah, I don't want to talk. I don't want to like name shame anybody. Brought attention to democracy. Why you must write a new democratic constitution. I explained how our proposal fix the issues. Less out of the hall while Albin sat started applauding. Later, I explained the contents of the new constitution and asked for their full support for the proposal. Ordered them. Ask for their votes. Asked for each and every member's vote to make a change together. The reformist wing on the left stood up and started clapping loudly after Albin Clavin made a sign. Soon after, most of the party members stood up and joined in. I saluted everybody in the room one last time and bid them farewell before leaving the stand. Oh boy, what do you gotta say? Oh, I only met at USP? I thought I met with everybody. Okay. Oh god, the wife's gonna be pissed. And I hope what I did does not affect women's rights or the possibility of obtaining women's rights for Sortland. I hope not. I mean, that was honestly a tough decision to make. I don't understand why I wasn't given the option to actually like try and convince her. Archaic state of Sortland's conscription laws. Okay. Reign to meet is Smolak and Van Horten. Smolak and Van Horten. I think Van Horten's Agnolia, right? Van Horten, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna side with this dude, man. What? What do you want? Arcadia offers aid? Why? Foreign Minister of Arcadia. Who's Arcadia again? Republic Arcadia commonly. Oh, the Americans, right? Substantial amount. In return, request refuel and repair access to Ellery whenever they require. Dwight Walker has sent personal assurances that this agreement is for peaceful purposes only. I kind of want to make good of Arcadia though, but what I'm concerned is what it will do in the long run. I think Valksland won't like me. Agnolia should be fine. I think Valksland and Welland won't like me. Lesbia was aligned with them in the first place, right? What does it say? I do recall that they were more Arcadia. Okay, you know what? Because my plan is to align with Agnolia and Lesbia. Shit, Lesbia. So I think I'll accept. I'm not sure what's gonna happen though. Because my budget will go back to 0, so turn 5. Accepted in 8. What happened? Economy, investments for Arcadia. Many Arcadian companies are opening new branches. Nice. Diplomacy, Arcadia 8. Nice. Military, Arcadia Air Force rotations. That's good, right? Because then the Rumberg could be like, oh no, Arcadia is kind of like a base here. Let's like just be a bit more careful. So I feel like that's a good idea, right? Weak international leadership. What the frick? Make Sortland look weak. Radical. I ain't gonna listen to you, Radical. Read the report from Unite Katana and condemn the financial aid. He announced that Chairman Maliniev will do whatever it takes to defend its sphere from encroaching Arcadian imperialism. Okay. Gun report. Potentially generate new resources. Minister Benny Wall is personally overseeing the discussion. Okay, what is this? For the purposes of increased religious harmony and unity, the following laws are established in the religious affairs. Section 1 of the RHB will ensure that the day of dissension ceremony in the Arch Sanctuary of Dire shall from now on only hold sermons in the Swordish language. Section 2 will forbid sanctuaries from holding sermons in Blutish unless they receive approval from Archpriests of Swordland. Section 3 will enforce that all priests applying to be state-sanctioned have Swordish descendants to be able to receive their salaries and pensions. Veto! Absolutely veto. All 3 of the sections I completely disagree with. I mean, for one, like, why does it only have to be in the Swordish language? Like, other people who believe in this religion and speak their own languages should not be forced to speak a different language, specifically Swordish language. I assume this is to increase nationalism, but I think that's a stupid idea, right? Because I feel like countries are built on multiculturalism, you know. So you have like all these different like cultures and like religions and languages that come together and make Swordling. Like if you're just gonna filter it out into Swordlish language, it's gonna be so lame. I mean, I'm saying this because my country does this. In a way that we have a lot of different languages, we have a lot of different religions, and we have a lot of different cultures, and we seem to work out very, very well. So, completely disagree. Section 2 forbids sanctuaries from holding sermons in Bluedish. Disagree. I feel like Bluedish should have rights to have their sermons in Bluedish if they want to, right? What if they don't speak Swordish? Fools. Section 3 enforced that all priests applying to be state sanctioned have Swordish descendants. I disagree as well. Why do you have rights specifically if you're from Swordland? It's so stupid. Yeah, you know what, Radical? I don't give a shit what you think. Who's Gus? Gus. Agriculture and rural development. Okay. Is there anything else I can do first? No! It's fine. Let's talk to him, see what happens. It's a call. Sipping my first cup of coffee for the day when the phone lit up and rang. Swore under my breath. I thought my schedule was clear for at least half an hour. Picked up the phone. Mr. President, how are you doing on this fine day, if I may ask? Fine as well. You? I'm good, because business in Swordland is running as usual for my end. Thanks for asking. I'm calling you because I received a call from the CEO of Armadine Industries, Aaron Bridges, about the recent initial public offering on the Benfi City Stock Exchange. As you might have guessed, it's about a little venture investment of 1,000 shares worth nearly $1 million Ren. Very pleased to say we have made gains. Shares have doubled in price at the IPO. We soon receive the profits made from the investment. Isn't that great? Great news. How much did we gain? You'll love it. In total, we have made nearly 2 million Swordish Rens. Shit. So, I bet that right now you're wishing you had bought more stocks earlier, right? Darn it, yes I do. I assure you this will pale in comparison to what we'll do together in the future. The money will be transferred to your personal bank account shortly. That's the beginning of a good partnership. Keep it up. I think so too. Goodbye for now. So I make... Oh, my personal wealth increased. Nice. Armadine stocks jumped to nearly double. Shit. I should have put more into it then. God damn it. A private party of the Gentlemen's Club. Briefing on the status of immigration regulation. Let's talk about this. We're in the middle of a meeting in the palace about applying for the immigration policy. The ensuing discussion quickly became heated. I don't think so, Mr. Whiskey. I just don't make any sense that any foreign citizen should come before a Swordish citizen in Swordland. Well said. My analysis is also in line with this, especially during an economic recession. We're giving Swordish jobs to immigrants from other countries? What about our own people? Immigrants are the reason our economy is not in a state that is unsalvageable. Look at Agnolian immigrants in Augenline. They've revitalized the whole region, not just that. They've been boosting the economy of the entire country. Simon can attest to that. Statistically speaking, allowing the immigrants to become part of the workforce contributes to our economy. But I agree that the current situation is very nuanced. We can't just tighten our immigration policy and expect the economy to stay the same. We need to put economy and the recession at the forefront. Thankfully, we've just started receiving the financial aid from Arcadia. And then what? We'll become their servants in the future? First, they will place their warplanes in Erlery. Then their armies will come, you'll see. I do not approve of this decision at all. I've done this with Swordish citizens in mind, nothing else. It's how they take over countries, you know. We've seen it many times. You both are so old. Gentlemen. Lilius is a gentleman. Can we please get back on the topic? Right. Sorry, Mr. Whiskey. As I was just saying before I was interrupted. Look at their superpowers. Do you see them closing off their borders? Why do you think they have such a large economy? They're in the current state because they welcome immigration and use it to their advantage. We need to consider the impact on the economy, yeah. A money flow should be our utmost concern if we want to have the capability to do actual change. We need a decision, but before we move on, Mr. President, do you have any questions about the current state of immigration? What is the current legal status of immigrants? Currently, all accepted immigrants are given a work permit on arrival so that they can work and contribute to the economy of Swordland. There is currently no limit on the number of immigrants accepted. However, we are able to sustain with the current numbers. Despite the laws, the fact is many immigrants illegally work for corporations. That is the main issue of immigration right now, not the immigration itself. Nonsense. If not for the unlimited amount of immigration, we wouldn't be in this state. Lilius. How many immigrants live in Swordland? Our official numbers show that we have anywhere between 2 to 3 million immigrants residing in Swordland. It's a very substantial amount. That's not a lot at all. How many total do we have in our country? I mean total population. Countries. You're not even in the list. Come on. How can I read this? No, that's not it. Tax evasion. Agalon likes investments. Okay, wait, I've been sidetracked. Hold on. Yeah, I can't tell. Hold on. Including them in the workforce would benefit everybody, including the unemployed citizen. More taxes mean more services. How do they usually arrive here? Three major paths they choose. First one's Agalon to Agnoli border. Second is Burge to Welland border, and the third is Lauren Coast. Lauren Coast. Where is this Lauren Coast? Benfi. Where's the Lauren Coast? I don't know where the Lauren Coast is, but whatever. Okay. Agnolians are the largest group flowing past our light border, although recently political fugitives from Valksland have also escaped via boats to the Grey Sea to land on our coast. The Wessex who are facing political prosecutions tend to use the dangerous mountain passes at our border to Welland. Many of them also have British blood. Okay, let's move on. Very well. Seal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Yep. Before making any decisions, I have to remind you. During the elections, we promised to keep our immigration laws relaxed, which I think is the right course of action. I disagree. We're supposed to control and reduce the negative effects of immigration like lawlessness and subversion. I see your point, Yosef, but the economy certainly benefits from more immigration. Internal order, on the other hand, suffers immensely. We should tighten the laws to prevent further chaos. David, let's not alongside. This is going nowhere. Well, the consequences are keeping the immigration relaxed. Besides the continued prosperity of Swordland, he probably side-eyes the both of them. And following along our path to become a more modern and better country, not much. Our current system is good for our era. We also have the capacity. This allows us to continue protecting investments from foreign countries, which in turn will keep our trade steady. We'll be more trustable partners. Stability draws money. Stability? What stability? There are already issues in between our citizens and immigrants popping up all over because of this. In contrary, the only way we can achieve stability is through tightening the immigration. Swordland first. I don't want to piss off Yosef more, but come on. They both, Simon and David, have the right points. Like immigrants do the jobs that no one wants to do. Like, ask anybody if they want to work in construction or maybe like rubbish collection, like the more undesirable jobs, right? I have a feeling less Swordlands will be more interested in those jobs as opposed to immigrants, because immigrants will be more willing to do these jobs because they do make what's the word? They make money out of this as well, you know. And I don't know, it gives them, I guess, like a worker's permit so they can stay here. They can send money back to their family and everything. So we're gonna keep it relaxed. Consider we made the right choice. We'll be forced to handle new ways of migrants from Magnolia. Border posts aren't ready. Not only that, but we just abandoned the swords who really need our support the most. Also, this will bring a new tide of refugees from Welland. Burge is already a difficult region to manage. This is shameful. Citizens of Swordland are forgotten. Our work for them continues. Now they'll compete to bring food on the table of foreign immigrants. I'm disappointed. Anything else, Mr. President? Here, get used to new changes in a new direction. Thank you for your contribution. Let's wrap this up. I have to find a way to make Yosef not pissed off. I feel like I'm on the way to a military coup. I'm looking forward to this. Peter and I have been actively visiting style partner Rocklovitz. Coming along to talk to the economy minister. Looking forward to potential partnership. If we're finished, I need to head off and get the ministry to work on a new policy. Same here. Our border needs to be informed and prepared. Keep up the good work. Okay, I have the money now. Is there a way I can increase the military budget now? Restructuring ministry has been completed. Yep. It's transferred. Yep. Fighting corruption. Yep. Mr. Mornia has said she tends to bring back trust. Okay, good. You do that. Freedom and education choice. She should just leave a simple freedom of choice. Yeah. Sure, you can put it that way. Private party. Felt more snowed on. There's the week past. It's been ages since I had any time to myself. I started to lose my focus and my temper was growing increasingly thin. Peter was the first to realize I needed a break. His new venture, Gentleman's Club. Why do people feel the need to come to the Gentleman's Club? No wives or girlfriends, hence the name. Open the door. Anton, finally, now the real party can start. Come on in. Gentlemen, a minute of your time, please. I now have the privilege to present to you the man himself, the fourth president of Swordland, Mr. Anton Rain. I'd known him for long enough to understand he was more than a little drunk. He made an elaborate mock curtsy as I passed him and walked into the room. The music stopped and I felt everyone's eyes on me. And I present to you Peter Vector, the first alcoholic vice president of Swordland. My joke didn't sit well, Peter, not the crowd. Oh well. Dear members, please give a warm welcome to a very special guest. If I may, Anton, here, take this. Put his hand on my shoulder. We all know why we gathered here tonight. To celebrate life, to have a brief escape from our tumultuous professions. I personally don't know any better cure for stress than a little drink. Where's the glass, I guess? Now the tradition dictates that as club president, I have to remind you of our house rules. There are 3. No politics, no wives, and no one sober. Cheers! Sip your whiskey. Anton Ray might have the power to make presidential decrees, but I, Peter Vector, the president of this club, now declare this party started. Music, go! Peter's like the party dude. After greeting the crowd around me, I felt a hand on my shoulder. Let me show you around. Grand lesbian dressed in magic. Chandeliers made in the 18th century. Can you believe it? There's even a hedge maze in the garden. How do you pay for all this? I'm letting you know the secret. Gus Major has a lot of contacts in real estate. He brokered a good deal for me. He'll also be here tonight. I can introduce you if you like. Gus Major? I know Gus. What are you talking about? Huh? What did you promise him in return? Only my money. Continue walking until we circle back to where we had started. So what do you think of my little hideaway? Frankly, I find it disgusting. No, not bad at all. Thanks. You know that you, Monica, and the kids are always welcome here. I mean, if he made that with his own money, why am I being disgusted, right? If he didn't bribe his way to it, if he didn't like promise someone something in exchange for this house, why would I care? I arranged for some caviar to be brought in from Lesbia. You're gonna love it. Cocktail waitresses wearing dresses that left little to imagination. I thought this was a gentleman's club. Would you rather get served by a wrinkly old man? Sweetheart, over here. Okay, she was in her mid-20s wearing red lipstick, her blonde hair neatly tied in a ponytail. On a plate were toast points slathered in lesbian caviar Peter had mentioned. I took a bite. It was rich, salty, tasting of pure seaside. I could almost hear the sound of waves and seagulls. Lesbian caviar, best in the world. I'm telling you, Anton, there are few pleasures in life that are this. As the waitress left us to serve another attendee, she flashed a quick smile at Peter over her shoulder. He smiled back, a little too broadly. Sensual. Peter, come on. His eyes were still fixed on her, an expression I remember from many nights out together as students. Oh look, there's Gus. Why don't you go talk to him? I'll be back shortly. Where are you going? Oh, well, just to the washroom. I'll be back before you know it. I left the room and headed over to Gus. Gus was standing next to a couple of men that I recognized as banking industry magnates. As I approached, all of them turned to me and bowed their heads. Mr. President, a toast to our new member, everyone. You don't seem at all surprised. How long have you been a member? This is the beginning. It's a fun gathering and quite lucrative at times. You might have heard from Peter that I arranged a deal for this mansion. He also told me that you might be interested in potential opportunities such as, well, this. Wow. Let's take a walk. The balcony is an amazing view of Earlery. I'm gonna refuse. Set his guard down, lift up, and someone started smoking. Yeah, I don't want to smoke. I thought it might be rude to reject, but nah, he seems to be okay with it. I knew you were wondering about the deal Peter made. In a nutshell, thanks to my network, he was able to procure this house for half the asking price, which would have been impossible under any other circumstances. I'll be delighted to discuss a similar arrangement with you. In fact, I have to prepare a document of my own personal favorite opportunities. This is what I can do since be generous to many business people in this country. What's in it for you? Nothing, Mr. President. It's a simple thank you for supporting me. Let's talk about the details then. First offer is, of course, real estate. There's a vineyard close to Ellery, about 1 hour drive from here, that also includes a very large villa. Beautiful plot, but rather neglected, so there would be a fair amount of renovation costs on the bright side. Oh, sorry, on the bright side, you'll be able to produce your own wine. The previous owner was Well played! If you guys don't know, this is Geralt of Rivia, isn't it? Because in the last DLC, I think it's called Of Blood and Wine, Geralt does actually own a winery, if I'm not mistaken, at the end. Geralt of Rivia, funny shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Geralt had this name, but definitely his name was Geralt of Rivia. So Geralt of Rivia. Is there any other? I know Dandelion's here. That's funny. That's nice. That's a nice little what? Nice little Easter egg. Good job, good job. It's all labeled Dandelion. Yeah, because Dandelion was the bard. I can't remember the bard. Yeah, that's basically how you pronounce that. That's how you describe Dandelion, right? If you haven't seen the Netflix series, he's in it too, Dandelion. But his name is Jaskal in it. What's it, Yeskal? Depends on where you're from. Funny. It's also the option of football partnership. I already own a large portion of Anrika FC. But this season will bring a lot of returns, so quite positive. Biggest opportunity though is the possibility to buy shares in Underhall Construction. Connections assure me this would not be open to public and benefit you greatly. As you know, they're the biggest construction company in Swordland. Oh wow. This is tough. Cause the vineyard sounds fun, but I don't own. I'm stopping drinking anymore. You know, football sounds. I'm not sure which one will give me more return, ROI, return of my investments. You know. I think I'll just. I don't want to waste too much. I'll just get the vineyard. You know. Excellent. I'll start a process right away. No excuse me, Mr. President. Actually. Was that a corrupt thing for me to do? I don't know. I looked down and saw a silhouette. Two silhouettes actually so close together they seemed to be entangled. I squinted and tried to get a better look. It's definitely two people kissing, but I couldn't see either of their faces. Oh, it's Peter, isn't it? An hour later, Peter showed up next to me. See, I told you to be back before you know it. Is that you gonna hedge maze? Talk about it. I told you, went to the washroom. Yeah, around the same time I saw two people kissing the hedge maze. Horny kitchen staff, eh? What do I even pay them for? You know you can tell me anything. Hey, you can have her if you want her anyway. Anyway, want a drink? Because I do. Okay, lip-sync on Peter's collar. Peter! Shit. I feel like this is gonna come back to bite me in the butt. Yep, sure. Good for you. What's this? Opening of the Benfi Festival. Shit. Did I tell her? I told her, right? I told her, right? It's not like... Oh, okay. She not only spoke to me, but I asked her a question or something important concerning your children. Will you ever forgive me? I told you my reasons. I know, and I understand. Okay, to cheer, we followed the guards through the cavernous white halls until we came to a set of arched doors. I'll find a way to make it up to her, I promise. I'm gonna find my seat. Okay. Yep. My curtain less. Yeah. Arms are still folded. Welcome to the first day of Benfi Festival. 9. It's a night for the people of Benfi, indeed, for the people of Swordland. To put aside their differences and come together in celebration. Yet, as we unite for festivities, we must remember the real reason we're gathered here. This festival is founded around the principles of our cherished religion, Nurity. What? Yet, over the years, it has been severed from its sacred roots and become something else. Something more perverse. What? An excuse for public drunkenness and the grotesque displays of flesh. An occasion for young women to parade their bodies and engage in lascivious behavior. Shit. Shit! I didn't see this part. God damn it. But I feel like I made the right choice. Because that's how I'm gonna get my constitution through. I'll find a way to make it up to her. I'll find a way to make it up to Monica and all the women. I promise. All these suck. All these choices suck. I don't know, just let it be. No. Pretend not to hear her. Turn back to watching the speech, a frown on her face. Perversion hidden under the guise of art is not befitting a beautiful city of... Oh boy. As I said, perversion hidden under the guise of art is not be... Monica, please. Mr. Les, it's not young women who are disgraced this fine festival, but you. You and your backwards puritanical attitudes which have been holding this country back for far too long. Well, I mean, Gloria asked me if he could speak instead. He never asked me to stop her from voicing her right to say so. Watch it unfold. Speak loud. Yeah, there you go. Go, Monica. Women of Swordland, we must not let people like Mr. Les use religion as a justification to demean and oppress us. Our time has come. Oh, damn. I think Mrs. Rain's forgetting her place. What do you think my place is, Mr. Les? The kitchen? This festival's not about your retrograde traditions. We're living in modern times now. It's 1954. And it isn't your place to decide how the people of Benfi, especially the women, should be celebrating their own festival. Do nothing. Keep going. I looked at the podium to see current less piercing gaze on me. There would surely be a price to pay for this. Mr. President, can you please control your wife before she embarrasses herself any further? I want her to go on. Why can't I pretend to faint or something? My concern is that if I say the fourth point, which I want to say, that Gloria's gonna turn her back on me and she's not gonna give me the votes. This is tough. Monica, we've been over this. Get back in a goddamn scene. Now, I feel like if I do, I don't know. I'm so sorry about this, Mr. Les. Please finish your speech. We've been over this. Now is not the time. Sit down, please. So sorry, Anton. Next time I'll stay in the kitchen. Shit! Stupid conservatives. I don't want to say his voice anymore. This guy pisses me off. That sucked. That sucked so bad. So Mills is hiding among the protesters. Okay. Reports from borders show that there are about 1,000 people running away from Wessex military forces towards the storage borders. Downtime at home. God. Deploying special forces Vernon, except financial aid. Okay. I think I'll leave this episode here. Oh, wait. What happened here? Streamlined immigration. Nationwide protests quelled. Oh, nice. Streamlined immigration. That's good. What happened here? Okay. Okay, I feel like we're making the right choices so far. This one, I want to work. I'm going to do my best to work. I apologize to all the women watching. This is tough. And this sucks a lot because a rock and a hard place. I feel like if I agreed, if I let Monica speak right now, it might help in the short term, but in the long term, I felt like that might not help because I won't be able to make the changes that I want to make, you know? Hopefully down the line, hopefully the game will give me an option to actually talk to Gloria, to actually like see, to get her to see my point on women's rights, because she's a woman as well, right? She should understand how difficult it is for women in the country right now to get, you know, to be what they want to be. Veto the yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode. Hopefully I didn't screw things up, but yeah. In any case, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, and get that bell on so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. As always, be safe, take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace!